All right, podcast 215. So, it's going to be a short one, but just getting back to it. We always knew that the only problem with the damn podcast was just the staying consistent with it. But on my new resolve of consistency, this is what we've been doing. So, today's a basic one, a rudimentary one that we have to go over. See, the repetition is needed because sometimes you got to go over the basics over and over and over because you guys forget. But I think this is a prime example of, I've always said you never forgive a woman for cheating. Now, a lot of women have the propensity to forgive for cheating because guys do it all the time. I truly believe it's a part of a guy's nature to be with multiple women, right? Just a natural biological makeup. If you do the research, if you do the science, it's so much that points towards that. And on top of that, women outnumbering us. And even if you say, well, there's more women, there's an equal amount of women and equal amount of men. No, it's not, because more men are dying, or if they're not dying, they're in jail. And then you have the men that are part of the LGBTQ. So there's that. But here we have a particular story. And if you guys are on YouTube, you can see. Let's zoom in on this one. And then the girl gives a video too. So this is fucking nuts. Why this girl decided to do this. So, and I think she's from Louisiana, just by her accent. Says, now, this girl made a Facebook post. And she says, when I cheated, you stayed. When I had a baby on you, you took care of me. When I left you, when you was at your lowest, you took me back when you came up. When I got married and told you that we could still date in private, you agreed. Baby, the day you told me you rather have some of me than to not have me at all, you made me realize that what unconditional love is. You love me genuinely through all I've put you through, and you still choose me. You're the true definition of a king. I love you. I love the way you love me. All right, well, listen. First of all, bitch, that is not a king. That is below a peasant. If you cheated on a king, it's off with your head. That's first and foremost. It's just, this is disgusting. But look, so she makes this post. I don't know whether this is Facebook or Twitter. I think this is Facebook. She made the post. And then the post goes viral. And then people start to talk crazy about this motherfucker because he's stupid. Simp is in the word. He's a cuck. He's a fool. Like, how do you take some, like, it's like, bro, out of all the women in the world, you want to continue getting treated like shit? So then she makes a video and she talks about how, you know, people are coming for her quote unquote king. He's a fucking peasant. That's what he is. And let's see what she has to say.
So, baby, let me just address something because what I'm not gonna do, I'm not gonna tolerate no disrespect on this internet. You heard me. At the end of the day, y'all don't understand what real love is, baby. One thing about a real man gonna stick by his woman no matter what. You heard me? That's real unconditional love, baby. So what y'all not gonna do? Y'all not gonna disrespect me or my man. He stood by my.
First of all, I hate when women do this shit. I hate when women try to come and tell a man what the fuck it is to be a real bitch. You don't have a set of balls. You never lived the life of a man. What the fuck are you talking about? Like that line just like it just
my side, baby. And even when I got married to this other dude, y'all don't understand what real love is, baby. One thing about a real man gonna stick by his woman no matter what. You heard me? That's real unconditional love, baby. So what y'all not gonna do? Y'all not gonna disrespect me or my man. He stood by my side, baby. And even when I got married to this other dude, he stayed there. I had a baby with the dude, he stayed there. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm at a point in my life where I see how much this man loves and values me because he waited. Everything we went through, we got through. And I realized I have a king on my arms, you heard me? So y'all not gonna play with my man. Ain't nothing about him a simp, baby. I have a king. And I'm gonna do right from here on out. So
this whole situation is just fucking, it's nuts. It just sounds absolutely crazy. First of all, what happened to the dude that you were married? Did you leave? Are you still with the dude? Are you on the internet defending your side dude publicly? And then she said that, oh, I'm gonna do right from here on out. What the? You can never do any right. You are horrible. This, like, I just don't understand. First and foremost, this is a prime example of why you don't forgive women for cheating. One, when you forgive a woman for cheating, she's never gonna respect you. And this is a prime example. All respect is gone. In most cases, and we're not going to say all cases. Let's not be extreme. Let's be intelligent here. There are exceptions. I have seen situations where women highly regretted it and they never did it again, right? But these are exceptional situations. Exceptional situations. And then those situations where they did forgive her, that motherfucker put her through hell. And he was cheating and doing all types of shit too and just put her through hell. But yeah, I can never forgive her, bitch. But the respect is out the door in most cases. And this is a case of where you're seeing that.
so baby, let me
Hold on. And this is a case where you're seeing that, where the respect is literally going out the door. And it's proof of that. Why? Because if we go back and you look at this message that she posted, this is all the evidence right here. When I cheated, you stayed. Okay, here's violation number one. She cheated. Once she cheated, you were supposed to be out the door, but you stayed. So because you stayed, the respect is gone. And now she realizes that if I cheat on him, he's just going to stay. Why? Because this sucker ass motherfucker loves me. Right? Okay, so let's do one better. I had a baby on you. So I cheated, but now I'm just gonna get pregnant by the next man. You see how the disrespect, and it gets worse. If Because in most cases when you cheat, when a woman cheats on you, they'll just leave you and get with the next dude. At least, put you out of your misery, right? Not like literally, not like unaliving you, but you know, she'll just at least leave you because you're such a punk. She can't stand to respect you, and she has no respect for you, right? Maybe she's a nice person, but this bitch stayed. She's still fucking with him, but just had another baby on him. That's crazy. That's heartbreaking. That's like punching your chest out of your heart, taking that shit, squeezing it, ripping it in half, and then like putting alcohol on it, pissing on it, and then putting that shit back together, and then throwing it at your face, not even putting it back. Like, that's crazy. That is gut wrenching. That is gut wrenching. But it gets worse. And then you took care of me. So he had a baby on. Well, this is just him, his stupidity. She had a baby. She cheated on him, had a baby on him, took care of him. And then she said, I left you when you were at your lowest. So, it's probably a situation where he couldn't take care of her no more. That's probably what it sounds like. And she left him. And then took her back when he came up, right? So I guess he was at his lowest, came back to her. And she said, when I got married and I told you we could still date in private, you agreed. Bro, like, this motherfucker, like, I really want to see what he looks like to make sense of all of this, because his face is being covered, but, bro, this is nuts. But this is a prime example why you don't forgive women for cheating, because when you do, that shit only gets worse. Every situation gets worse. It doesn't get any better. It never gets any better. This is an exception. This is an exceptional situation to like how worse it can get. Most women are just going to leave you, because usually when the respect is gone, the love is gone. I'm telling you, that respect is so important. You have to die for that respect. Once a woman cheats on you, Like, you should never want to get back with her. Remember, when it slipped out, she put it back in. She was not thinking about you. She put her mouth on that man's genitals. And you took her back. Never forgive a woman for cheating. It will never work out. It will never work out because she doesn't respect you. And then it sometimes, when it comes to cheating, you say you want to get a woman's resume before you actually get with her, right? And you want to see what she's like, and you want to see like who she is. But a lot of the times, and it's not all cases, but a lot of the times a woman may cheat on another man in the past, and she may not do the same thing with you. Why? Because you understand dynamics a little better. Uh, you have some self-respect. Because a lot of the times in these type of situations, when a man's getting cheated on, he has no self-respect. He has no respect for himself. And because he has no respect for himself, he gets violated. And a lot of times when you're getting violated, this type of shit happens. Like, it's just astonishing to me how you could just let this shit happen. Do not forgive for cheating. There's a lot of things that you don't forgive for. I would say when it comes to the cheating thing, so much so that you, even if it may seem like she's cheating, you kind of want to, in some cases you want to verify, because every individual is different. But when I say it seems like she's cheating, not like, oh, she's doing suspicious things, which you should investigate, but if she's hanging out with her best friend alone at his house, or late night, or she's in a car with a coworker talking late nights, and that's why she's going out to clubs with her guy friends. Like, these are respect things that you, even if she has a belief that, okay, well, that's not something, he's just a friend, you're being insecure. Okay, well, you know what? It's over. Oh, why'd you do that? Da, 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 da. So this way she can't call you insecure. No, I'm not insecure. I'm leaving you. These are boundaries which I don't want to be involved with. I don't want to be involved with somebody who has a close relationship with another man that's not her family. And that's fine. You can be friends with him. I accept that. You can be friends with him, just not with me as your man. And it's that simple. It's that simple. And you don't have to be a part of that situation or that relationship. Very simple. You don't. And you don't have to be, but it's like those kind of situations where such shit is going on, where she's consistently talking to men on the phone, right? Late night inappropriate times. Those type of situations you just leave them for. Now, you leave them, but you don't necessarily like leave them just for good. The whole point of leaving is just, okay, well, I'm gonna break up with you, so this way we're not gonna have these arguments about me being insecure. We're not gonna be have these arguments about me being misogynistic, saying you can't have me being controlling, me being all these things, all these negative things, for me having boundaries, right? We're gonna skip all that. Why? Because I just totally left you. And if she dares to call me insecure, well, all right, well, if you think I'm insecure, that's fine. You can go do what you want. But usually what happens is when you abruptly break up with a woman for violating those boundaries, which are extreme like that, usually a change happens. Like, they miss you, especially if you give them silence and you go no contact, like you just break up with them and don't talk to them for about 2 weeks to maybe a month. And now they're distraught, they're lost, they're crying, they're sad, they want you back, they miss you. Even the girls with pride, if you do that even to the girls with pride about a month, they're gonna ask for you back. Because one, they're not gonna know what's going on. You can tell them once, hey, I told you about this, I don't like this, so I'm done. And that's that. And then when that happens, it's like, okay, well, I miss him, I want to be with him, what the fuck? Da 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 da. And then they want to hit you back. They want to get you back. So the whole point of that is to try to get them back without necessarily going through the whole rigmarole and the arguing and trying to make sense of things. Because when a woman's doing wrong, a lot of the times they don't take accountability for the shit. They don't. And it's hard to get them on the right path and try to make sense to them. And actions speak louder than words. So instead of you talking and going back and forth with the arguing, when those type of boundaries, when it seems like these are clear situations that this woman could be cheating in, you don't deal with it. You don't argue with it. You don't do the back and forth at all. What you do is you just say, you know what? You're right. I'm not going to allow this. I am done. And this is the reason why. And then you separate yourself. See, this is how you never get to these type of situations to where, you're being violated. Because if you do that to a woman, if you break up with her for hanging out with her best friend alone, or going to a bar with a man, or spending the night with her best friends, spending the night with best friends, you might as well, because she cheated. I don't give a fuck. I don't care if he's gay. Don't do it. Nah, I'm good. Because that could be an excuse. I'm done. But if you break up with something for something like this, or her speaking to a friend, you know what? I'm just not. I'm done with the situation. And she comes back and say, "All right, I miss you. We can try to work it out." Okay, cool. We can work it out. But then you think that she's gonna actually go and violate and do something crazy like this? Why? Because you have respect. She has respect for you because you ain't no bitch, and you're not gonna allow something like that. You don't gotta talk about it with her. You know what? I'm done. But if you have boundaries like this, and you have boundaries to where it's like, okay, well, I'm not going to tolerate this. I know he's not going to tolerate even more. And this is somebody that I have respect for. And the fact that you're simply standing up for yourself, it will turn her on more. But somebody like this, who gets cheated on, she goes and have a baby on you, and then dumps you when you're at your lowest, when you're taking care of her with the baby, then goes and married somebody else, and then you want to date her in secret, and after all of that, she says, "I'm gonna do right by him." Bitch, first of all, you ain't shit, right? This bitch is scum of the earth, and then you come to the internet to try to defend him after you did all of this to him. First and foremost, he did it to himself, because you got to take responsibility for your actions, right? We're not women here. We're not trying to blame other people for you going through all this hell and tolerating that type of bullshit, right? Which is crazy, absolutely fucking crazy. And then this shit is so crazy because when you have this type of situation, it's, listen, if you've ever been cheated on or something close to it, I've never been cheated on to my knowledge, maybe behind my back, but the closest thing to it, what I felt, that shit hurt. That shit hurt more than like getting stabbed. At least getting stabbed, it's momentarily. Once you take the knife out, it may hurt a little more. But then like you could get it stitched up. You know what I'm saying? You may have like some tendon issues or whatever, but like if you survive, you're good. But like this type of situation, it's like, why would you continue to hurt and hurt and hurt yourself? It's like a motherfucker like that must have the lowest self-esteem. Motherfucker like that has no respect for himself. And men like this, I think you need to find some type of respect for yourself. You need to understand your own self-worth. Why stay with somebody who doesn't value you? She's not a bad looking girl, but like, if that one woman can accept you, there's plenty of other women that will accept you too. You don't have to continue to tolerate that. Like, that's crazy. Absolutely crazy. I just would never understand the men who voluntarily, like to get cheated on. Right? I just would never understand it. I never will. I never will. 100%. I never will. Like, I just don't get it. I don't get it, and I never will. But listen, the point is, don't ever forgive for cheating. As a man, it is not something that is going to work in your favor. It's not something that is going to ever help you or benefit you. I don't advise it. And just never do it, man. I'm gonna end this one off. And this is a podcast, I think, I want to say 214 or 215. Just don't do it. when it comes to the cheating shit, don't forgive for it. Don't do it. None of that shit. Because it's just nuts.